Hey guys, and welcome back to The Growing Gardener. I am Cindy, and today we have a lot of things to do. So much so that I probably would have to make this into several videos. But one of the first things that we're going to do is finally uproot some of my summer plants. I have yet to do it. I still have cucumbers. They're dead. My tomato plant, which is not dead. Well, it's on its way there. And then I do have one that really isn't. It's doing well. But anyway, we're going to upplant those and look at the soil, amend it, and see what we can do to go ahead on and get some of our fall plants in there. If you follow me, then you know that I stuff like 3 or 4, well, maybe not 4, maybe 2 to 3 different like cabbages, broccoli, I believe, into one grow bag, which several gardeners, I forget their names right now, but I'm definitely gonna tag them, so follow them. But they were like, I recommend maybe only one because their roots really like to flourish. So they said that I really needed to get one out before the roots start to intertwine. So we're gonna go ahead on and do that now. So I decided it might be a good idea if I put on my gloves. And I might need this. Hey guys, I wanted to take this opportunity to check in with you guys. I know that our country is going through some rough times right now with the government shutdown and with the SNAP program not currently giving out food stamps. So how are you guys doing? How are you making it? Let me know in the comments below. So here, as you can see, I have some wood chips that I used this summer. I think I'm gonna go ahead on and take these out. Although I read and it said something about natural, I don't know if it was chemically treated or not. And since it is fall, I feel like I shouldn't have a hard time finding some type of straw. So we're just gonna make a pile over here for me to clean up later. And I'm gonna get as much of the wood chips off as I can. And it really wasn't that much. All right, and here's what I am left with. It didn't take much to dig those up, or at least I don't think. Now, if you guys did not know, I have switched up ingredients I use in my soil mix. I started out using peat moss, and when that dries out, it is so difficult to rehydrate that, and I can see why. And this is pretty dry, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna put some other stuff in here to amend it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just make sure all of these hard clumps, we're gonna get it here and make sure we break those up. All right, so I think I've broken this soil up pretty well. What I'm gonna do now is just transfer half of it back in here because I don't have a big space to work with. My husband said that he had a tarp, but he's not here now, and I don't want to keep waiting because if I keep waiting, I'm not gonna do it. So, or get it done today. And today is such a lovely day. So what I am gonna do is just transfer half of this back into here, like so. And then I'm gonna go get my compost and some other things to go ahead on and start mixing it in. And then that way I can mix it back in and it'll be easier to mix and make sure that I'm really getting everything mixed together. I love the fact that you can reuse soil. Now, this is my first time. Well, let me see, is it? I don't think I use it. Yeah, this is my first time because this would be my first bag. But it's my first time reusing soil. It makes it a lot more easier, right? What I will say is I don't know if I was prepared. Like when I poured up the vines, they weren't really deep. And so I do see little vines. You can see as I've been pulling them out. I'm assuming that just adds back to the soil, that it's not going to hurt anything new growing. At least that's what I'm believing. But the earth smells so good. So I think this is pretty perfect. And then to make it easier for me to be able to mix. And I also get another bag. So, and re-put this in there. Okay, I think this is good. So I'm gonna go get the other things that I need so that I can put in here. In addition, a new bag. So when I mix this up, then I can put it in that bag and then empty this in here too. All right, let me go. If you guys haven't, check out the video I did on how I amend my soil. And it is really easy. As you can see here, I am putting in some compost. I like the black cow manure. In addition, I add a couple of scoops of fertilizer and bone meal. So I just add a little of that back in and give it a stir. And I'm gonna pour this. This is actually some rainwater that collected the other day. We had a couple of days of rain, and I accidentally captured that water. But I feel like it'll be good so that I can kind of see how the soil is absorbing it. Because sometimes when peat moss dry out, it can be very difficult, as I told you earlier, for it to regain its hydration. And so it's looking pretty nice right now. So let's go ahead on and pour this in now. Okay, so I've pretty much finished filling this bag up. I'll probably do a little bit more. Maybe not, because I need to actually, I think it's gonna settle some though. Maybe a little bit more, but I'm gonna leave room to put some straw on it. So now we got to figure out what plant we're gonna put in. So instead of actually separating the broccoli out of the other bag where I have more than one, I think I'm gonna work with this pot first. As you can see, our little critter friends are hitting me up, but the other pot looks the same way and I have netting on it. So I don't know if they got in there or what, but I think I still want to see what I can do with these. I was a little nervous trying to take them out because it was so many, but it is definitely getting to a point where all of these don't need to be in here. So let's see what we can do. I think I just want to try to get the entire, but that is not working. But I can definitely reuse that. I want to make sure I get as much as the root as I can. If not, it's gonna experience shock and then it may not survive anyway. And I just broke a leaf. So okay, I feel like I just broke some loose. Let's see. I tore another leaf. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at this. Woo! Yes. So absolutely too many roots. So let's see if we can just gently work with this until we get to, I honestly don't know what the best way to go about this. And which one looks the most healthiest. I just tore that one. But okay, let's. So this is what I have. Oh no! And that worm. Now see, this is why they say check your vegetables and fruits day and night. All right, let's get this sucker off. Ew. And get off. Get off. I don't want to kill him, but I'm going to take him far, far away and let him go. Get off of my plant. But other than that, this plant looks pretty good. These leaves worry me a little bit, but I think we are good to go. So my daughter distracted me, so I forgot to turn the camera back on. But here we go, right here. I have repotted this broccoli plant, yay. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead on and clip this right on off. It was already looking funny. The other one has it too, but it's still green. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna find some straw to put around here. Before I put my straw on, I think I'm gonna go ahead on and like do a really deep watering because it was really dry, although I did water some of it. But we're gonna go ahead on it and get that, let that go to the bottom slowly. This is another reason why I like grow bags. You really can't overdo it at all. However, I will say if it is too dry and you water too fast, then instead of really hydrating your soil, it'll start to come out of the bottom. But conversely, because it's coming out towards the end, I'm pretty fairly sure that it actually made it to the bottom. So that's the other good thing. So you can do the field test a little bit. Yep. I feel like I might be able to put a little bit more, but we're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna go ahead on and work with our straw a little bit now. I really want some hay, and if I find some soon, I'll work with it. But for right now, we're gonna work with what we got. Also, guys, I decided that I want to do some garlic, and I think that might be what I do next. So my next video, hopefully, after I get all of these up planted, might be me actually doing garlic, planting garlic. All right. All right, guys, until the next time, thank you.